Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be on this bronzy makeup look. This is a snazzy little look that I put together here. And I think it's really pretty and bronzy and smoky. And to achieve the look, I use the NARS Loaded Eyeshadow Palette. This is a limited edition eyeshadow palette that comes with 12 velvety eyeshadow shades. And you get quite the variety of shades. In this palette, you get matte, shimmer, satin, sparkle eyeshadows. They're just so velvety, soft. Very highly pigmented and so easy to work with. Hi! Here are a few swatches of the palette. They are so pretty, just so you can get an idea of their pigmentation. Maybe a little bit more calm in this video because I was trying to do a more in-depth tutorial. I asked you guys in a previous video, do you like more in-depth tutorials or do you like more talk-through tutorials? And wait, that didn't make any sense. Or more voiceover quick tutorials. And all of you guys, I don't think one person said they like the voiceovers. Everybody said they want a more in-depth tutorial where I talk more about my application of makeup. So it's more of a learning experience. So I do that in this video and I hope you guys enjoy that. Night child. I think that's all that we got today. So be sure and subscribe to my channel before you leave. Subscribe. And let's jump right in and blend out some eyeshadow, okay? Starting out, I'm going to go in with a little bit of my Revlon Photo Ready. I said that wrong. Revlon Photo Ready Perfecting Primer. And my voice is a little, it's because I just woke up and it's just a little scratchy. So I just get like a little pea-sized amount. And I just like to really rub this in areas that the pores are more prominent because you don't really need it coating your whole entire face, per se. Next, I'm going to be going in with one of my current favorite drugstore foundations. This is the Wet n Wild foundation, and this one is in shade Cream Beige. I can never remember the shades off the top of my head. I know the smell of this foundation is not all that, you know. Everybody that gets it like complains about the smell, but the foundation's good. You guys already know what brush I'm going to be using. It is the Y6 from Morphe. I use this in every little toot. You know the drill. If you see little specks of glitter on me, just know that I filmed a video on Jeffree's channel involving glitter, and it's probably going to haunt me for a while. For concealer, I'm going to be going in with a little bit of the LA Girl. This is their Pro Concealer in shade Natural. With a Y11 brush, I'm just going to start tapping all that product out. I really like to do the stippling motion whenever I'm patting on my concealer because, girlfriend, we do not want streaks in the makeup, and this helps prevent those brush streaks. Why does my camera keep trying to go out of focus? It needs to settle down. Then I typically do my nose with my finger so I don't disperse the product everywhere and it kind of stays like on my nose and it's not all over my face. I take my Morphe 9C palette. This is like a little contour kit, and I'm going to set everything with this banana shade, and then I'm going to bronze up my skin with this shade right here. If you have super dry skin, sometimes a pressed powder is a little less drying than going in with like a loose powder, because I know loose powders just like absorb everything and leave your skin feeling really tight and dry, whereas pressed powders are a little less aggressive of a setting powder, so you might like the pressed powders better. If you have oily skin, you probably like the loose powders a lot because they do absorb a lot of excess oils and things like that. As far as my contour, I mean, I'm just going to bronze up my skin. I'm not really wanting to do like that tight structured cheekbone today. Some days I do, some days I don't, but today I'm just like feeling like bronzing up my skin and giving me a little toasty glow. Go ahead and bring it. Look at that glitter. I see you. You see how it's like not super structured and like cut out? It's more so just like warmed up the area and like look kind of bronze. I like to go in and be a little extra and just sprinkle some on my nosy posy. Blush, I'm going to be taking NARS's Orgasm. This is actually a duo with Hot Sand Highlighter and then Orgasm Blush, but today we're going to be using Orgasm. I've been using this shade of blush since I started my channel. If you actually watch my first video that I ever posted on YouTube, I took the Orgasm blush from NARS and I used it. Isn't that funny? And here I am 4 years later. Hi! As far as highlighter, I'm going to be using Manny's collaboration with Jeffree Star, the Eclipse Skin Frost Highlighter. I'm going to be taking my Y14 brush from Morphe. Frost my skin, you know, add a little highlight, and then we'll be right on to the eyes. We're just going to dust it on the cheekbone. I try not to take my highlights too far forward because I find that they pick up texture, obviously. They're shimmer, and girl, we want as little texture as we can get. I always do my nose with my finger so it's a little more controlled. Okay, let's move on to the eye. So exciting stuff. I'm going to be using this Narcissus Loaded palette. This is a pretty neutral eyeshadow palette. This is a limited edition palette, and it's got this pretty golded mirror on front, and then you have a bunch of pretty shades. First, I'm going to go into the shade Windsor. And what I like to do with shades like this is just kind of, my hair, buff them all over so it softens up the eyeshadow primer. And then that way the other colors don't stick too hard and they blend out really easy. I'm not 100% how to pronounce this name, so I'm going to put the text on the screen. But it is a peach matte shade that I'm going to be blending in the crease. This really is a great color to warm up the look. And I'm just going to take that all the way from inner to outer corner and just start blending it back and forth. And this color really does show up. Obviously you can see it has a lot of pigment to it, so it looks really light in the packaging, but once you blend it on, it's like a very beautiful toasty warm color. Next, I'm going to take this brown shade right here. The same brush, I'm just building up color. I'm going to pop it right in that outer corner and just make sure I'm swizzle it like that. Sound effects are the best way to describe makeup application on my channel. You know that's what I believe in. Going in the inner corner and doing the same thing. Just swizzling it around and then bringing it back around and doing it again to make sure everything is blended out super soft, because I definitely don't want any harsh lines. And this little technique right here always works for me, you know, to get that soft, smooth gradient feel. Now I'm going to take this pretty bronze color and I am going to focus it right there on the lid. Such a pretty color. And if you notice, I kept the color in the middle of the lid and didn't really take it all the way in the inner corner or all the way in the outer corner. I just kind of centered it right there, and you'll see me darken it up in a second. This dark brown color, I'm going to use this with a smaller brush, and we're going to pop it in the outer corner. This is very pigmented, so just try to pick up a smaller amounts of pigment with the brush, and we're going to focus that right there in the outer corner. I'm going to buff out that edge where the bronze was. That way it doesn't look harsh. It's really gradient. And girl, it will be looking smooth. Just small little baby strokes. The darker the color, the lower I like to keep it, honey. And that will give you like a controlled smoky eye. A controlled smoky eye. And then I'm going to take a little bit on the inner corner as well. And I'm just going to do the tiny little motions because I don't want to drag it all the way down here, you know? I want to keep it right up in here. Now I'm going to go back in with the warmer brown color that we used, and I'm going to take it and just swish it on the lower lash line. You don't want to take your lower lash line colors too low, so I like to use flat little brushes so it's more controlled, and then you can get the color more in specific areas rather than blowing it out on your under eye, because it can really drag the eye down if you take dark colors and like it explodes everywhere. It's happened to me too many times, and just know I'm a girl in makeup that has learned from her mistakes. You know, you can stalk me on Instagram and go back to my older stuff and you'll be like, yeah, she learned. I'm gonna go back in with the dark brown color that I was using, and I'm just gonna take it really close to the lower lash line. And I am not going to take it all the way in. I'm going to take it about halfway in right there and then just stop and just connect it right there on the outer corner. Just buffing that in. I added, oh, my hair. What are you doing? I added some lashes and some eyebrows on, and now we're going to finish up the look. I'm going to take Celebrity Skin from Jeffree Star Cosmetics and apply this all over my lip. You can leave your lips like that or add a little bit of a mannequin. And then I like to just take a brush and like stipple out the edges right here. So that is it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed me showing you how to use this pretty loaded palette from NARS. Remember, it is limited edition. And I'll have everything I use linked down below in the description box. Subscribe to my channel before you leave. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.